Hi, we are at the last batch of our Daily Commonly Mispronounced Words series. This is the part 10, as you can see right here on the screen. And this slide makes it known by describing this as related spelling pronunciation. So let's go into it. There are 10 words we are going to look at here, but before that, we want to see Nigerian pronunciations as you see it here, and then this is Diphonic Words. We are studying Diphonic Words as the last batch of our study on the Daily Commonly Mispronounced Words series. So the words here are number 1, as you can see, E-I-T-H-E-R, and then N-E-I-T-H-E-R. Number 2, K-I-N-E-T-I-C. Number 3, I-M-B-E-C-I-L-E. Number 4, D-I-R-E-C-T or I-N-D-I-R-E-C-T. Number 5, P-O-O-R. Number 6, S-U-R-E. Number 7, C-L-O-S-E. Number 8, R-E-F-U-S-E. 9, B-O-W. And 10, T-E-A-R. Now I would like you to attempt pronouncing each of these words. In fact, give me the one that you were able to pronounce perfectly after going through your dictionary to check on each of these words and how they are pronounced. Just type the one you got very correctly, either 1 or 2 or 3, as the case may be. Type them for me in the comment. Let's go deep into this study. Before we come to the pronunciation of these words, let's look at what we mean by diphonic words. I want you to, first of all, attempt giving me the definition, your own personal definition of diphonic words. Now let's take the definition in the next slide after you must have made your attempts. Just before you continue, pronounce each of the 10 words under study. I have stated this before. If you had any difficulty in your pronunciation, please let me know in the comment. If, however, you had no difficulty, just type. After you must have typed the particular word or words, you were able to get the pronunciations very correctly. Just type no difficulty. Now, suppose your response is no difficulty. Don't celebrate yet. There is definitely something you missed. To arrive at this summation, let's begin with the meaning of diphonic words as given below. What do we mean by diphonic words? Words of dual or double pronunciation are known as diphonic words. What do we mean? An illustration can be drawn from direct. The word direct, spelled as D-I-R-E-C-T, one of the 10 words given above. In its transcription, we have direct as the sound, short E sound, resound, short S sound, K sound, and T sound. We say direct or direct, which is transcribed as, we can see here, the sound, I sound, which is a diphthong, resound, short E sound, short S sound, K sound, and T sound, which we call direct. Because both transcriptions are correct and acceptable for the word direct, we can say that direct is diphonic. Therefore, in reiteration, diphonic words are those words that can be pronounced in 2 ways that are both acceptable and taken as correct for such words. Now let's also take an alternate analysis of what we mean by diphonic words. We say diphonic words are English words that have two different correct pronunciations, and each pronunciation often gives the word a different meaning or grammatical use or function. There are also called heteronyms or pronunciation-based homographs. These are examples. T-E-A-R, pronounced as tear. Please, I want you to know that there is a typing error in the analysis of the transcriptions here. So I will give you the right pronunciations or transcriptions orally as I take the teaching or as we take the learning right here. So we see the sound for the tear aspect referring to a drop from the eye. A drop from the eye. We transcribe it as the sound, short E sound in the place of short S sound, and then the sure sound to give tear, tear. Then in the next pronunciation, which is tear, this is American pronunciation, American short S sound. So the right S sound is, or transcription is, the sound, short S sound, and the sure sound, which is the first one written here, should have been the one right here. So we say tear, which refers to reap something. That is a verb, while the first one is a noun. Next is R-E-F-U-S-E, pronounced in two different ways, which are refuse, referring to garbage, as a noun. You can see the transcription as the resound, short S sound for sound, the Y sound, long U sound, and S sound to give refuse, referring to garbage, that is a noun. Then the second is pronounced as refuse, 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 and the transcription is resound, short E sound for sound, the Y sound, long U sound, and the sound to give refuse, which is a verb, and the meaning is to decline, to decline, to decline, or to reject something, an offer, whatever the case. So next is B-O-W, which we can pronounce in two different ways. We say bow in the first place to mean to bend forward in honor, to bend forward in honor. That is a verb. Then in the second part, which is bow, is a noun. We say a tied ribbon, that is the meaning, a tied ribbon or weapon. So bow, pronounced as, or transcribed rather as B sound and O sound, which is a diphthong. The first one, which is bow, is B sound and ow sound, which is also a diphthong. So the difference between the two pronunciations here is ow sound and o sound. When you say bow, you pronounce B sound and ow. It's the verb part of the word B-O-W. But when you say B sound and O, which is bow, it refers to the noun part of the word. Let's continue. These words help us understand how pronunciation can change meaning. This means that diphonic words help us to understand how pronunciation can change meaning of words, the meaning of words, the meaning of words. A vital skill in speaking and listening correctly. So understanding or having knowledge of diphonic words and how they are used appropriately and correctly helps us understand understand how pronunciation can change meaning of words and the functions in sentences. Let's take this exercise. This exercise is for you. Now that you've learned what is meant by diphonic words. Attempt pronouncing and transcribing each of the 10 words above into acceptable ways. So remember, you were given to transcribe the words initially and send me the ones you were able to transcribe correctly in the comment. Now that you have learned what we mean by diphonic words, I want you to transcribe each of the words in 2 acceptable ways. I believe you have seen some of them right in the analysis. So transcribe them, go through your dictionary, transcribe them, and write about 3, at least 3, with their different transcriptions, not the ones that I have written here in the analysis, but others, before you proceed. In continuation, we have, having done your exercise, let's learn the acceptable pronunciations together. Please, one thing I know is that a determined person cannot cheat himself. So if you are determined to learn and become professional at your pronunciations, you don't have to cheat your own self by following or paying attention to my teachings first before you write you do the exercise. That is cheating, and that means cheating your own self. If you want to master how pronunciations are done in the English language, of course, you have to do the exercise that I gave before you continue. Now, I believe you've done the exercise, and if you have, join me as I give you the right and acceptable pronunciations of each of the words that are listed. Word list with IPA transcriptions. Number 1, we have either, E-I-T-H-E, E-I-T-H-E-R, transcribed in 2 ways, as either in the first pronunciation or either. We have I sound, the sound, and silent S sound to give either, or either, which is long E sound, the sound, and the short sound, that is the silent S sound, to give either. Number two, we have kinetic, which is transcribed as in 2 different ways. But first of all, I have to spell it, which is K-I-N-E-T-I-C. K-I-N-E-T-I-C. So in the first pronunciation, we have kinetic, transcribed as k sound, short E sound, n sound, short S sound, t sound, short E sound, and k sound. In the second pronunciation, we have kinetic, which is transcribed as k sound, I sound, n sound, short S sound, t sound, and short E sound with k sound to give kinetic. Number 3, we have imbecile, spelled as I-M-B-E-C-I-L-E. I-M-B-E-C-I-L-E. So in the first transcription, we have imbecile, transcribed as short E sound, m sound, b sound, silent A sound, which is the short sound, s sound, I sound, and l sound. In the second pronunciation, we have imbecile, so which we transcribe as short E sound, m sound, b sound, silent A sound, which is the short sound, s sound, short E sound, and l sound to give imbecile. Number 4, direct, spelled as D-I-R-E-C-T. We have 2 transcriptions for the word, direct and direct. You can see it here, the sound, I sound, R sound, short E sound, short S sound, K sound, and T sound, or the sound, silent A sound, R sound, short S sound, K sound, and T sound. Number five, we have pour, which we spell as P-O-O-R, P-O-O-R. Then the pronunciations are in two also. Two. We have pour and pour. Transcribed as the first one, per sound and long O sound. The second one, per sound and the ua sound to give pour. The other one, the first is pour. The second is pour. The same applies to sure, the word sure, spelled as S-U-R-E. We have sure and sure. Sure, she sound and long O sound, pronounced as sure. Then the second part, she sound and the ua sound to give sure. Number 7, we have close, or you say close. So it has K sound, L sound, O sound, and S sound to give close for the adjective. Now for the noun or the verb, we have K sound, L sound, O sound, and S sound to give close, which is verb, and the meaning is to shut, to shut. Number 8, refuse or refuse. Refuse or refuse. We have the spelling as R-E-F-U-S-E, but the pronunciations as for the noun refuse. We have resound, S, short S sound, for sound, U sound, long U sound, and S sound to give refuse, then meaning garbage, that is the noun, or refuse for the verb, meaning to decline. And for the transcription, we have resound, short E sound, for sound, E sound, long U sound, and Z sound. Number 9, we have bow, spelled as B-O-W. In the first pronunciation, we have bow, meaning to bend over, referring to bowing down. Or bow, meaning ribbon or weapon, that is the noun part. Whereas the first one is the verb. So finally we have T-E-A-R, which is tear, tear for the noun, from tear from the eye, that is a drop of liquid from the eye when one is emotionally moved. Number 2, that is the second part of the pronunciation, is tear, tear, to rip open, to rip open, tear apart, meaning the verb. So having looked at all these pronunciations, all these words and their dual pronunciation, we see that these words are special words with special meanings based on their pronunciations. So you can see from this analysis how pronunciation affects word meaning, affects grammar in word usage. Via prompt, we look at the prompt here. Which of these words surprised you the most? Which of these words surprised you the most? Have you been mispronouncing any of them before now? Let us know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to EduStar Food Journey for the upcoming series, which is Smart Grammar in 10 Steps. See you in the next grammar series. Bye.